We got more information regarding Ace Combat 7's upcoming DLCs 4, 5, and 6, and new screenshots. And in this video, I'll be going over the most important things, when the new trailer is gonna drop, and the analysis of every single new screenshot. Now, I know it's a little bit long, the video, but at least stick with me until I do the important stuff, and you can stay with me with the screenshot analysis if you want to. It's a little bit long because I overthink every single image, but that's how it works. So the important things I want to get to you in the beginning. The enemy is going to have new weapons. We're going to have the Neutron Bombs, which you see right here in the beginning. So this greenish kind of sphere with a fairly large radius. And we're going to have some different mechanics playing. So just for your information, this comes from the Japanese website for Gamer. Link will be in the description, but I'm using the translated version from Google. So the important stuff. So there will be new electronic warfare mechanics in DLC number 4, the mission number 4. And they're going to center around the ESM, which is Electronic Support Measure. Those of you who played Ace Combat 6 should be familiar. Basically, you get closer to your friendly radar that gives more accuracy to your missiles, but the enemies can also do the same thing if they have a radar, and that's kind of how it works. It makes more precise your long-range missiles and increases the chance of hitting the enemies. And we're going to have a new plane, the F-18G, which is like the Growler version. It's the electronic warfare version of the F-18, which was not in the game before, but we're going to have it now. And here's what the Project Aces talks about the DLC missions 4, 5, and 6. So they're gonna have new features. They are not in the main campaign, so new mechanics, and the story will be connected to each other. So the DLC's missions are connected, obviously, but it's like in a period of time that you don't see in the main story. Like it's in between the different missions of the campaign. And say it's gonna be good quality. DLC, and the new trailer will be dropping on this month on the 18th. Now they made this announcement in Japanese, so there's some time difference, which means that we could get this DLC like in States, Europe on the 17th, because time difference. That's how it works. That's the important stuff. Now let's go for the one by one analysis of each screenshot, which take some time, but at least you stuck with me for the important info. Let's get on with it. So first screenshot, just Alex talking to the machine. He's writing his report. Nothing to see there much. Second one, it's a lot of stuff in the background, but not much important information. Only the thing is like this concludes the report, so it's at the end of something that David is writing. And he has a picture of a trigger. Maybe he meant trigger or something like that. The Alicorn, we've seen this in the DLC trailer. And then we finally get David's full name, which is David North. And as I suspected in my previous analysis that you can check out right here, he is part of the Ocean Intelligence Agency, or like the Ocean version of the CIA. You can see here. It's kind of hard to see, but if you zoom it up a little bit, you're gonna see Ocean Intelligence Agency. So yeah, and David North, and then we got his face. There you go. This screenshot is apparently from the first DLC mission, or DLC number 4. Apparently it's gonna be like an annihilation mission, like a score-based mission, and you need to get 22,000 points. I guess to go to the next phase. And then we see a puffin here underneath, probably the name of a ship that's giving you some support in the mission. And more on who's gonna be there later. So here we have the four. Oh, now I just see. So you're gonna have lots of allied aircraft, some allied ships here in the front, and then you have these two allied units. I suppose like ESM aircraft. Could be like the F-18, the Growler, or some other like AWACS plane. And then you see in the participants here on the Strider Squad, you see Trigger, Count, Scald, and Hushan. And then in the back you see lots of enemy planes and the Alicorn. It's always a good thing to have many targets. And we see the screenshots, they're flying the Griffin, destroying the stuff. And you see just a reminder, there is an airbase nearby, so you could see land-based aircraft. I mean, actually, it already shows here is a Typhoon. Typhoons don't take off from aircraft carriers, so they could have taken off from the airbase or come from somewhere. So at least makes sense. Here, what I thought was interesting is that it says December 20th, which is way after when the trailers take place, but I'm assuming it's the 2019. But it could be an article from the past, from a previous year. And here at the bottom says waves and something being towed. Like the submarine, the Alicorn, was being towed by a tug in the past or something like that, which indicates like a mechanical failure or something like that. So, not much to see, but it's just some details. And nuclear and 2000, so yeah, not much there. And then we have this very weird shot. It's like a board of chess, but then I think the tower has like an F-15, and then the other tower has the Alicorn submarine. I think it will tie later on to another screenshot that I'll talk about, but just like a cutscene kind of thing, you know. And then we have more information because this is what I thought was really interesting. I have a railgun round, so these missions will involve railguns because, you know, railguns are so popular in Stranger. Like everybody's gotta have one. And we have more information, the nuclear warhead. So enhanced radiation warhead, and yield of 1 kiloton, and length of 40 centimeters, and diameter of 20 centimeters, and weight of 98 kilograms. So it's quite small but heavy. And we have the neutron bomb warhead, which I suppose is the green one that I showed you guys in the beginning. Now, interesting is that we have Sukhoi 47s, but they belong to Ossia. It's a little bit hard to see from this screenshot. You can see the round if you zoom in, or you can just go to this round. It's pretty easy to see. Now, it's weird that they have this like striped camouflage pattern, like their paint job. It is very weird. Also, a little bit weird that Ossia is using them, because they usually use more American planes. But it's strange, everyone uses whatever. They just copy each other's planes. And then, as I mentioned in the beginning, we're gonna have more of electronic warfare mechanic. This looks kind of similar to what happens when you get hit by lightning in Mission 7, or Base Combat 7. But apparently now it's caused by electronic support or electronic warfare planes, like the Growler. Coming over to the next shot, we see the Alicorn launching some Rafales with its catapults. So you see 2 taking off, another 2 getting ready to roll. And here in this briefing screenshot, we have David North giving us the briefing, because he's the intel guy for this kind of stuff. Now, what I thought was interesting is some of the numbers here. So 3,000 kilometers, something relatively far from wherever they are measuring it from. But it says 200 meters. Estimated number of casualties, 5,495. And status, instant death. At least it's quick, right? And then 400 meters, 82,425 casualties. So it's a very small space, but very densely populated. So which means like it's a big city. Possibly an Ocean city. Should be, right? But we don't know exactly where they're measuring from. And then we have the Sukhoi 47 with the very weird paint scheme. So many stripes, I don't get it. But okay. This one I really didn't understand. The 3 strikes is singularity. Okay. And then here is where I think it ties with the chess screenshot. It's like you see these little like circles. It's like they were playing like the Battleship, like the board game, or you know, the board game. Basically, you guys know, you should know. So I guess that's where the chess ties in, because like strategy kind of thing. And then you have David. What I thought was interesting about this screenshot is that, remember, we're still in the middle of the Lighthouse War, so they still have, you know, the space elevator being protected by the Arsenal bird. Only one of them though. But on the left side here, you see there's another circle, like if it was like a range, very similar to like a range figure. And you see Ossia has lots of like little circles here, which says like sound surveillance system array. I'm not sure if Ossia was using this place or being protected by its navy or by an allied nation, but interesting and weird stuff with all these circles and trajectories, I suppose. Coming back to the next, we have something that must be cutscene. So we have like elegant planning, the cage, death, continents, massacre on death, cheap kills, 160 million, death. So a lot of death. And then we have this map, which I thought it was interesting. It's just like a mapping of the sea around the continent of Usia. And I suppose the red lines are where it's more densely or more traffic, I suppose, of ships. And then we have Artilio Port, which is the same place the Alicorn is in the DLC number 4, which is spreads out to different places and increases in 2,405. I don't know exactly what that could mean. And it's like a little legend, like sea control defense operations, sea control seizure, commerce raid, base defense operation, and base raid operation. It's I still don't quite get it, what's behind that. And then we have some interesting screenshots. You know, I think it looks like a very familiar place. Firstly, because of the weather, it's like sunset, but also the islands around there. So could it be Scully Islands? You know the Scully Islands, like from the previous games, Ace Combat 2, or Combat, and Legacy. At least the sunset matches, because Ace Combat has that sense of nostalgia, but also like the little mountains, right? Because it's several islands, so you have your, I suppose it's your friendly units, and then you have like, I suppose it's like a missile or something being launched, right? It's kind of hard to see. I just noticed now, actually, but you see the smoke and something being launched. And then you have bombs falling with parachutes, and I suppose these are the Neutron Bombs, which will probably be deadly and big. And you can see again that the little islands could be Scully Islands again. Yep. And then you see it again. Yep, it's glowing green stuff. And then we have another cutscene of something, so it's like a salvation of 10 million. An elegant massacre upon the cage continent. Okay, and then it says seaport and some other stuff, and it's like a little bit of suppose maybe like a voice recognition software. I don't know, maybe it's the Alex AI. And at the very last one we have, I suppose it has to be the Alicorn surfacing in the Scully Islands, allegedly the Scully Islands, and like a surprise. Yeah, that's what I know so far of the DLCs, and that's my analysis. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of your theories, and I'm betting $5 is gonna be Scully Islands in one of the DLC missions. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.